Good morning, class. Welcome back to your English video lecture. So, children, as you all know that from quite some videos we are actually doing English language, right? And in English language, the topic that we were doing was actually tenses, right? We were doing tenses, and in our previous video, which I have already given you, in that video we have talked about what are tenses, how many type of tenses are there, and I have also explained you the parts of tenses, and I also told you that how you can create, or how you can write tenses by your own self, right? All of these we have already discussed in the previous video. And as you know that I have not given you any PDF or any kind of worksheet with the previous one, but this video I will be providing you a worksheet. So first of all, I would like to tell you a few things. That is, students, that the questions that I am going to give in your worksheet, you just have to do that much questions in your notebook. Okay, so all the work given in the worksheet should be done properly in your fair notebook. Understood? This much is clear. So now we will be moving on with the video. So in previous class we have talked about tenses. And what are tenses? Tenses are that basically tenses tells you about it refers to the time and action in a sentence, right? It refers to a time and action in a sentence. So here, children, let's do a very quick revision that what are tenses. So tenses are basically that are used to denote time and action in a sentence, and there are total 12 type of tenses, right? And I have also explained you the time section and action part in the tenses, and how there are three type of time, okay, and there are four type of actions, and how we combine both of these to form different kind of tenses, right? So time, if we talk about time, there are three major times, right? What are those? Present, past and future. Present basically means the now time, something that is happening right now. Okay, past means back then, which has already been happened, right? Which has already completed, or you can say something that happened back then. Then we have future. Future is basically the coming time, the action that is going to happen in the future, means that something that is going to happen, happen or in the coming time. These are the parts of time. Then we have talked about the parts of action. What are action parts? So simple, the first one is simple or indefinite. So indefinite means, children, something which is not defined. So in refer to action, we basically talk about time. That indefinite or simple action are those action which does not tell you about the exact length of the action or exact duration of the action. That is known as simple action or indefinite action. Then we have continuous action. So by the name, as the name suggests, continuous means something which is happening continuously. So continuous means, I don't think that anyone has any kind of difficulty to understand this word. Okay, next up we have perfect. So perfect means what? Perfect means the action that is complete in itself, something, the action which is complete, which is properly started, and that action is properly being completed. Okay, you can simply say perfect means something where there is no kind of there is no mistake, there is nothing to any kind of you can say there is no yes, you simply, in simple words, you can say something which is 100% correct, right? Something, an action which is 100% complete. Here we are talking about action. So perfect means an action which is 100% complete. Done. Then we have present continuous tense. So present continuous means something, action which is the duration of the action, and that action, that particular action is going to happen for a continuous time, right? Where that in this particular time this action is going to end, and that action in that moment of time is a continuous action, means लगातार होने वाला action. Okay, so these were the time and action, parts of time and action, and we just basically combine time and action with each other to form different kind of tenses. And there are 12 type of tenses. So you know that how to write these tenses. First we will say present, simple present tense, then we have present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous tense. So basically what we are doing, we are taking one part of time and then we are adding this part to every 4 action. Similarly, we will do this with past as well as future, and by this we, at the end of this, we will be getting the 12 major type of tenses. These were the topics that we have discussed in the previous video, and we also talked about simple present, simple past and simple future. Now students, moving on. So in the previous video we have talked about simple or indefinite section of action, right? Now today we are going to talk about the continuous tense. Okay, continuous tense, present continuous, past continuous, and similarly future continuous. So now here see that how you write present, past and present, past and future continuous tense. So for present continuous tense, so see where we use present continuous tense. Present continuous tense is used to express action going on at the time of speaking. Okay, so continuous action means what? That is happening at continuously. So we talk or we include present continuous tense is used to express an action which is going on at that particular moment when the speaker is speaking of that sentence. For example, here are two examples given. I am singing. I am singing means the action is going on that particular moment. Similarly, she is singing. She is singing. This action is happening at the moment, right? At the present time, and the action is continuous. Singing is a continuous action. So present continuous tense is basically used to express an action that is going on at the time of speaking. Means when the speaker is speaking the sentence, means that particular moment that action is continuously happening. Understood? Present continuous tense. Moving on, we have, okay, now we have past continuous tense. So when we use past continuous tense is used to express an action that was going on. Okay, going on means that was going on a moment ago. Okay, something, action that was happening, a continuous action which happened just in the past. So let's see example here. I was singing. I was singing means, as you know, that singing is a continuous action. So I was is representing here what? That the singing had already been completed, right? So it was a continuous action when it was happening at that time, but when the speaker or the person who is telling this sentence or speaking this sentence, at that moment this action is not happening, but this was a continuous action in the past, right? Similarly, the next example, they were singing. They were singing, that previously they were singing. Understood? So past continuous tense is also used to express the action that was going on. Now we have the future part, right? Future continuous tense. So future means what? Something that is going to happen in the near future, coming future, right? So the future continuous tense is used to express the will be going on or continuing at some time in future. Means it is used to express that action that is going to happen in the near future, okay, or continuing at some time in future. That action is going to get continue in some time in the future. Let's see example, children. I will be going to a movie tomorrow. I will be going to a movie tomorrow. It means that the person, the speaker, he is going to go to the movie for tomorrow. Then we have, he shall be visiting Kolkata next week. This action is happening when? Next week. By next week you can understand it is a future action. Okay, so what is the action here? Visiting, right? Visiting Kolkata. Now you all see present perfect, present continuous, past continuous and future continuous. Now let's see that how to form continuous tense. Okay, so basically for present, how we form present continuous tense, it is formed with the help of helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. Like here, auxiliary and helping verbs means what? Is, am, are. These are the parts, or these are helping verbs. Okay, so by using this and with this we use the present participle. Present participle means, present participle basically means that verb, and with verb we will add ing. Okay, so with verb when we add ing, that is present participle form of the verb. Okay, see here, there are some example. Present tense is formed by adding ing to the verb. Okay, so how? See here, when we add verb plus ing, that becomes present participle. So here plus ing becomes hearing. So this is present continuous tense form. Okay, verb in the present continuous tense form. Now next we have how to write past continuous tense. So for past continuous tense, okay, now coming to the past continuous tense. So what we do in past continuous tense, how we form past continuous tense? First of all, we will use auxiliary or helping verb with it, and with that we will also use present present participle. In the previous one, above one, past tense, we have used which type of helping verb? Is, am, are. Okay, for present tense. Now, and for present continuous tense, what type of helping verb we will use? Was or were. Okay, was and were, and with that we will use present participle to form the past continuous tense. Okay, here are given some example. I was playing. I was playing, which was what is the continuous action here? Playing, right? Playing is a continuous action, and it happened when? Previously, in the past form, right? Now children, see the future continuous tense. How we form future continuous tense? For future continuous tense, we simply use shall. With shall we will use be and then the present participle. That means verb plus ing. Okay, so shall, with shall, be and then present participle. Let's see example. This one. I shall be participating in the show. I shall be participating in the show. It means what he is going to do? He is going to take part in the show, right? So here, this is the way how you form verb for future continuous tense. Okay, these were the tenses. Now let's talk about the negative and interrogative sentences. Negative means where we are using no, not, basically the negative sense, and interrogative is the question sense, right? So for present tense, what we are going to do? We are going to use are, not and the are, not and past participle of the verb. Now with this is for negative sentences. With interrogative sentences, we can simply form questions like why are you not reading this book? For questions, all of you know how we have to do it. We just have to add the verb in its past participle form. Now let's talk about past tense. For past, we will do same. We are just going to add were not here. Okay, and the past participle form of the verb. So now students, we will be talking about future tense. For future tense in negative sense, what we will use will, and after that we are going to use negative word, that is not. Okay, and similarly here with this example you can see that how it is formed in the question sense. Question for the interrogative sentence, will you be staying with your brother in London? Okay, so these are some ways how you can change a sentence in a negative and interrogative sentences. The main thing that you have to notice and you have to see is that all the verb, it should be its participle form, that is verb plus ing. Okay, Now moving on, children, the exercise we will do it. I will be giving you answers of the exercise through worksheet. Now let's move on. The perfect tense. So now the topic that we are going to cover here in this video is the perfect tense. Okay, the perfect. Perfect means something, an action which is 100% complete. Okay, a complete action. So here, see some examples. The cricket match has just begun. Okay, Rahul Dravid has won the toss. He has elected to bat first. The Indian player have gone to the field. So here has begun, has won, has elected, has gone expresses action that have taken place recently. Right? These all are action that have taken place recently. The present perfect tense connect the past with the present. So what is the work of present perfect tense? It basically connects the past with the present. Okay, here let's see. Read the following sentences, children. The bus had already left when he reached the bus stop. So here all these things, had left, had gone, had forgotten, these all are expressing action which had been completed or happened something before, right? Sometime before. So this is the past perfect tense. Okay, these are examples of past perfect tense. Right, first one was example of present perfect tense. This is example of past perfect tense. Now we will be moving to the future part, right? So here see these examples. I shall have gone home. Right, so shall have, will have, all these when we are using with it is basically representing future perfect tense. Okay, they express action which will be completed in the future. They basically express action which will be completed in the near future. Okay, perfect basically means those action which are completed, right? So now let's see how we form these perfect tenses. So for present perfect tense, what we do? We use have or has with past participle, that is verb plus ing. Okay, we use verb plus ing, that is third form of the verb. Okay, like I have walked. Okay, she has sung. These are example of perfect tense in the present form. Okay, now let's talk about past perfect tense. With past perfect we use had and third form of the verb. Okay, third form of the verb, that is I had walked, ed. Okay, walked. Then we have she had sung. Right, so here these examples you can see that now we are using I had to represent perfect tense in the past form. Similarly for future we will be using shall or will according to the subject, and we will also use have and then the third form of the verb. Okay, past participle. Now I shall have walked, she will have sung. Okay, so these are example of future perfect tense. Now in the negative sense, how we can write this? We will simply use I have and not with it. Okay, she had not with it, and shall or will have not with it also. Okay, for this is for present, this is for past, and for future we will be using shall, will, have plus not. Okay, and for interrogative we simply have to do it how? Verb. First of all we will add verb. After verb we will be using subject and then the third form of the verb, like here, have I walked, had I walked, will we have walked. So these are examples of interrogative sentences. Now children, after this is exercise which I will be giving you answers through worksheets. So I hope that you all understood that what we have to do in present and past, okay, continuous and perfect tense. With this your tenses are over, and if you have any questions related to these tenses you can simply ask me. Okay, thank you students and have a nice day.